Happy Wednesday, everybody. It is the 7:34. My name is Jason DeRusha. Glad to have you hanging out with us here on Facebook or YouTube. Where are you watching us? Mostly Facebook, right? Yeah, we love having you a part of our online digital news update every day. And we begin with the 7:30 forecast. For once, I feel good about presenting this to you today because it is just so nice outside right now. The humidity is low. Will be a little bit below average at 4 p.m. according to Riley O'Connor's 7:30 forecast. Sunny, beautiful. I'm going to eat dinner on the patio tonight on the deck. It's going to be fantastic. And the sunshine would make today a perfect day to head to the beach. Yeah, some people who went topless or nude at a Golden Valley beach have been in trouble from police. Now, of course, it's women because guys can be as topless and as out there as they want, but women have to be covered up. This is a beach on Twin Lake in Golden Valley. The police there said they had dozens of complaints about people being topless, drinking or doing drugs at the beach. That's one thing. If you have people drinking or doing drugs, you should stop that. But should police go after women who are topless at the beach? On top of it, Golden Valley Police, because, you know, when the police show up, you imagine that the people on the beach immediately put their tops back on, and so they have no evidence. Golden Valley Police sent a drone up on Friday to collect evidence, and then they went out to collect information. What do you think about this? There's a lot to talk about here. Was the drone going too far? And to the bigger issue, is it time to get over it and let women change the law so we don't punish women who choose to be topless? Think of the children. All right, what do you think? Facebook, maybe I'm crazy. I just think like laws should be there for things that are damaging to other people, that hurt other people. I don't see the hurt here, but maybe you can change my mind. Let's hear it in the comments. We'll share some coming up. Big news today is going to be some new developments we expect in the George Floyd investigation. We get to look at some body camera video today. So do you. The body-worn cameras that police officers had on, two of those officers, that camera footage will be released today. But you have to go look at it in person. You have to go to the courthouse to view the body camera footage. Anyone can make an appointment to go see. We have a reporter who will be checking that out today. We've also learned that Floyd's family is going to be suing the city of Minneapolis. Their attorney Ben Crump will make that official announcement this morning. Civil lawsuit also be filed against the former police officers charged in George Floyd's death. The public has a chance to weigh in tonight on possibly eliminating the police department from the Minneapolis City Charter. Here's the deal. In Minneapolis, in the charter, it requires a police department and it sets up a minimum staffing number. So on the one hand, you have the city council who is saying we would like to abolish the police department and create this new department of public safety and violence prevention. But also part of this is the fact that city leaders are saying, you know, if we want to reform and change the way the police department works, we're kind of stuck with this minimum staffing number. So those are some of the issues people will be able to weigh in on at this public hearing of the Charter Commission. Voters would have to approve any change to the city charter in November. Minnesota Department of Health reporting 403 new cases of COVID-19. Total positives now 43,000 people in Minnesota. Here's the new stat that we're looking at, and kind of get used to this. We're going to be sharing this more often because public health officials are telling us positivity rate, because there's so much testing going on. This is a better indicator of what is going on and if we should be concerned. So over the past 7 days, 3% positivity rate. Once you hit 5% for 14 days, they get worried. If you get up to 15% over 7 days, that is also means that things are in trouble. So just a little guide as to how we're going to use that data point going forward. City of Excelsior now joining the growing list of Minnesota cities saying you got to wear a mask in public places. Some stores also creating their own policies. Some of the question here, should stores do it on their own? Should government do it? Hard to say. Best Buy and Starbucks now requiring customers, you want to come in, you got to wear a mask. This goes all around the country. This is not just a Minnesota thing. Starbucks says, look, if you can't wear a mask or you don't want to wear a mask, great, we're happy to sell you coffee. You just have to use the drive-through, curbside, or delivery, and many Best Buy stores also offering a curbside pickup option. A vaccine to prevent COVID-19 showing some promising signs. Drug maker Moderna is one of a handful of drug makers that are really involved in this race to come up with a vaccine. The company says in their first round of tests, every volunteer who received the vaccine did have an immune response triggered, so that's good news. Next phase of testing starts later this month. Regulators will decide then to approve it or not. Parks Board is going to take a vote about what to do about people currently using city parks as homeless camps in Minneapolis. Last month, the Park Board voted to say, yep, we're going to let people who are homeless camp at city parks. Since then, tents have popped up in 36 parks. Park Board's going to talk about, look, do we need to limit which parks are open? Do we want all of the parks to be open for the homeless? How many can stay there? How many tents? So lots of questions for the Park Board to struggle with. Of course, this isn't just a Park Board problem. This is a societal problem that we have so many people, perhaps because of unemployment from COVID-19, who are finding themselves without a permanent place to stay. So that's something you can't just look at the Park Board and say, you guys have to fix this. We all have to figure out what we want to do about this. A favorite Minnesota landmark is welcoming back visitors today, and I just love this. Split Rock Lighthouse, one of the iconic places to go take that North Shore trip, go to Two Harbors. They closed a couple months ago because of COVID. It's back in action today. A few changes. You'll have to reserve online. They've got social distancing stickers. You have to be your own tour guide. Inside the lighthouse and the keeper's house still be off limits. But I just love that view. So great. Delta Airlines slashing the number of flights on tarmacs next month. The whole travel situation's been all over the place, right? Delta saying our planned schedule, cut it in half. Why? Coronavirus cases going up around the country. More travel restrictions. We heard yesterday about New York, how they are now saying Minnesotans can't go to New York City without doing a 14-day quarantine, which essentially says you can't come. Who's going to go to New York, sit in your hotel room for 14 days and then come out? Delta just taking a bath, reporting a $5.7 billion quarterly loss. News is much better for United Health Group, huge local business. They are profiting during this time. Nation's largest health insurer. They're in Minnetonka. Second quarter earnings of $6.64 billion. Company more than doubled its profit from the previous quarter. Health insurance companies benefiting in the second quarter because of, the surge in COVID cases is likely going to lead to postponing of elective surgeries and medical claims, which means you're still paying for insurance, your company's paying for insurance, and you're not using it. Now is a good time to go to your HR director and say, hey, time to push United Healthcare to send some of those profits back to us. Photographer Dario Calmi is making history with this month's Vanity Fair cover of actress Viola Davis. What a stunning shot. This is the first cover shot by a black photographer in the magazine's history, 107 years. Viola Davis shared that cover on social media. This month's issue of Vanity Fair is out now. Congratulations to the photographer. 107 years. Crazy to think that a black photographer hasn't shot the cover before, but great to see it happening now. Let's get back to our talker today. We are talking about topless beaches. Is it time to get over the rules and the laws that ban women from being topless in a public place like a beach and let men do whatever they want? Minneapolis Park Board is going to be talking about this. They have a rule, sort of a law. They have their own police department, so they're looking at getting rid of that rule. Of course, city laws are still in effect. We saw what happened in Golden Valley. Let's share some of your comments that you're saying on Facebook. Linda says, people should be able to do what they want, but public, I don't know. People can't even take women breastfeeding. Yeah, seems like a people problem, not a women problem, right? Here's Kyle. Where's the victim? Yeah, this is kind of what I'm saying. No victim, no crime. I don't see the victim here. Andrew says nobody wants to see women naked in public. Yes, some are beautiful, some are not, but nudity is a private thing. But Andrew, you can have your shirt off, and that's fine. Sandra says there should be a nude beach. That's not a bad option, right? If you want to have certain designated topless beaches, kind of like you see in some parts of Europe. All right, Sandra, good idea. We got one more? That's it. All right. Well, weigh in. Lots of opinions on this one. Golden Valley Police, probably the drone was maybe one step too far. That's it. 7:34 from WCCO. Most of the Twin Cities. Well, back in the day, you guys were on the go. That's why we do this at 7:34.